Now, I've been very critical of this government because I'm still waiting for a conservative government, not just Tory government. We want British conservatives and basic common sense. Yes, we don't have a Labour socialist government, but we don't really have a free market conservative government either. But they sometimes, especially when it comes to election years, they come out and say, oh yes, we've listened to you, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then at the end of the day, turn out to be not really fully conservative. There's a lot of pressure now on Boris Johnson to at least change his persona, as usual. Whether it's going to be empty promises again or whatever. The Tory Spring Conference, which was over the last couple of days, they decided to drop the Build Back Better slogan. Finally, that's been slowly been phased out and wiped out and trying to be like, I think we've angered the British voters and our base and our supporters a lot. So let's just slowly get rid of it. So it's gone. They decided to kind of go with getting on with the job. Also, who came up with this? Getting on with the job. It's the most boring status quo slogan ever. And I know a lot of Tory supporters were like, now it makes sense. It makes sense. It's a maturity. We are the party of government. I don't care about the arrogance of it. We need vision. But Boris Johnson decided to kind of change tack and change his PR stand to be like, well done, good. Build Back Better is gone for now. Slogans going doesn't mean that the agenda's changed, by the way. But in terms of the slogan being dropped, that's happened. Doesn't mean the agenda's gone. He's also written an article after the whole Ukraine situation happened, saying that because, again, they realized one of the big push right now is energy security and energy independence, including the push for small, safe and affordable nuclear plants around the country and extracting gas, what we already have. So they've done that, but there is a blockage. The obstacle is Rishi Sunak, the Chancellor, who's been pushing back against it. And there's now a row between number 10 and number 11, which doesn't really help with this unity of party of government, a mature party of government. So it's slightly concerning what's going on exactly in Downing Street in the name of our country. And at some point, we're going to have these factions actually coming out publicly, embarrassing themselves. And one side is going to have to win. Either you're going to change Rishi Sunak's mind and twist his arm and say, just do it, because the Treasury are blocking what we want to happen. And on the other hand, they're just wasting our money. They're printing money and borrowing money and raising taxes, which is not helping the economy. So Boris and Rishi are now no longer on the same page. The government we're going to be funding new nuclear power stations as part of the net zero drive and also energy security, instead of just going with green crap, the traditional green crap. But Rishi Sunak is blocking that. This is not really helping the situation. I think a lot of push, and it's not just the public mood in the country that number 10 Downing Street, Boris Johnson has been seeing and said, okay, in order, if I want to stay as Prime Minister, I'm going to have to try at least pretend to be conservative a little bit. It's not even us. It's also from the inside, or just about the bubble. People like Lord Frost, who've been pushing for these things to happen, especially after his resignation. He did say, he came out and said, I'm encouraged by the Prime Minister's comments about the upcoming energy security strategy. He seems to recognize that the international situation requires us to re-examine all our existing plans fundamentally. If the new strategy indeed puts more emphasis on domestic hydrocarbons, including but not only shale gas, that this will be great news. Yes, I know, fine, I agree. But can he get it done? If there's an obstacle called Rishi Sunak and the Treasury, Boris Johnson's empty words means nothing to me. Actions speak louder than words. So if this clash is going to happen, he needs to sort it out, and he needs to actually stand up for himself for once. Be a leader. And if Rishi is not working out, maybe get rid of him. Maybe force him to say yes. Because you are the Prime Minister, you are the leader, and if you want to be conservative, because they were sick and tired of randomly backing you, and a lot of conservative voters have been telling me, but nothing gets done.